The Indian Army once specially selected soldiers whose height was less than 1.5 meters, about 4 feet 9 inches. The reason was that the army had created an extremely small amphibious tank. The interior of this tank was so cramped and small that soldiers of normal build could not even get inside it. Therefore, shorter soldiers like Ravi, Suresh, and Amar were considered the most suitable for operating this small tank. On the other hand, some soldiers, such as Vikram and Manoj, were tied to wooden planks and submerged in water, and they were given only a thin wooden tube through which they could breathe. The soldiers who managed to stay under the water for 1 hour were brought up and then sent back to the battlefield. These soldiers would hide underwater, or beneath the ground, for hours until the enemy approached, and then suddenly launch a surprise attack. Meanwhile, Captain Anand, the engineer officer of the army, and his team were testing various types of traps and weapons. They hid spring traps with needles at the bottom under wooden floor so that when an enemy stepped on it, the projectile would fire upwards. However, the results often turned out to be comical. The trap barely jumped a few centimeters and, after a soft thud, couldn't even touch the enemy's pants. When a soldier suffered a severe gunshot wound, the medical doctor would inject a sponge as small as a grain of rice into the wound. As soon as this sponge came into contact with blood, it would immediately swell up and close the wound within 10 seconds, preventing the soldier from dying due to excessive blood loss. This sponge also had an X-ray marking,